I didn't even know this movie was coming out until about a week and a half ago. There was virtually no marketing campaign for it at all, I feel like. My introduction to it was a trailer that played before Wolfman, and quite honestly, if this wasn't Steven Soderbergh, I probably wouldn't even have gone out of my way to see it. Like and hit that notification bell, and if you're new, check out the rest of the channel and let me know what you think. Let's dive into Presence. With Presence, Steven Soderbergh proves once again why he is one of the more interesting and distinctive directors working today. I've been a fan of him since his earliest days. Hell, Ocean's 11 is one of my favorite movies of all time. He's always been a director with such captivating knack for electric visual storytelling. In post-retirement, he's become something of an innovator in the realm of cinema. In his recent years, trying new technologies and experimenting with different filmmaking techniques. I've also always appreciated how a director that is as highly regarded as him, who has had numerous films that have seen incredible financial and critical success, will do just these low-budget, under-the-radar movies because he wants to. And this is one of those movies. Presence is a low-budget mystery supernatural thriller with an experienced director behind the camera who's at a stage in his career where he just wants to have fun and play with his craft. This movie, in a word, is unique. Presence conveys the story of a poltergeist, a ghost, a spirit, whatever you want to call it, that inhabits a house. A house that has recently been purchased by a family of 4. Mother Rebecca, father Chris, and children Chloe and Tyler. This family is cracking at the seams. There are unresolved issues that are festering, pushing them away from each other. Much like many recent horror films that revolve around a supernatural inhabitant. But the novel aspect of Presence is that all of this, the entire narrative that unfolds, is all told through the perspective of this spirit. We never meet the spirit, hear the spirit, nothing, because as the audience, we are the spirit. Soderbergh utilizes the camera as a conduit for us to play a part in his story. The cinematography is the most compelling aspect of this movie. Every scene is one long shot as Soderbergh maneuvers the camera through the house and gives us quick glimpses into this family's life as they go through this period of hardship. It's a fascinating way to communicate a story. I have to say, even though these performances aren't as engaging or moving as you would find in more mainstream films, they're all good for what these actors are asked to do. And as much as I love Soderbergh, that phrase for this film ends. Where this movie falls apart for me is in its narrative. It's just not all that captivating. The writers try to build in a few plot twists. Ryan is the person responsible for killing Chloe's 2 friends. He even drugs her and tries to murder her as well. And the Presence, which is explained by a medium earlier in the film, is trapped in between time periods, and the whole time you think it's one of the girls trying to save Chloe. And in the climax, it is revealed that when Tyler dies tackling Ryan out of the upstairs window, that the Presence was him the entire time, committed to this house to save Chloe's life. It's a nice sentiment, and it adds a nice redemption to Tyler's character, who, until that point, has just been an incredible douchebag the entire film. But there's just no weight to it. I think because we're sort of disconnected from these characters watching at a distance. There's also an issue with tone. This movie is booked as a supernatural mystery thriller, which it is, but there are a couple moments throughout where it seems like maybe the writers wanted this to be more of a low-budget horror flick. There aren't any jump scares per se, but there are a couple instances where the Presence causes things to happen, and it seems as though they want these moments to come off in a way that mimics such movies as Paranormal Activity, for example. So it is a bit bumpy throughout because of this. Presence is an experience, a unique experience. That's the best way I can describe this picture. I'd commend Soderbergh for doing something different and trying something new. And again, the cinematography is something that should absolutely be praised. It's fantastic. And even though this film boasts a pretty weak narrative, I would still recommend giving it a view just for the fact that it has such a creative way in which it tells its story.